Creatures of the Night book tag. So this tag was originally done by me, right here, right now. I made a tag. I can do that. I looked around on the booktubes and I didn't see a tag like this already in existence, and I thought it would be fun, so I'm going with it. So for this Creatures of the Night book tag, I have a list of 10 supernatural creatures, and now I'm going to go through and tell you guys one of my favorite books featuring each of these creatures. So yeah, let's get to it. So the first creature of the night on my list here is vampire, and for that I'm going with The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. I feel like I talk about this book a lot, but it's only because I really love it. It's about vampires, obviously, but it's set in a really cool world where vampires aren't like a secret, but everyone in the world knows about them, and there's these quarantined cities to try to contain the vampires known as cold towns. There's vampires and bounty hunters and action and romance and blogs dedicated to vampires. It's just a really fun read, and I highly recommend it. The next creature of the night on my list here is Werewolf, and for this one I'm going with Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls trilogy, and I know that some people really don't like this book, but I really enjoyed it. The biggest complaint I've heard from people is that the characters are kind of boring, and I do see the perspective there, but I really enjoyed this book, more for the writing and the story than the characters. I think Maggie Stiefvater is a brilliant author, and the words were just beautiful, and the story was very nice, and the characters might not be the most interesting people in the world, but I still liked them. The next creature on my list here is Zombie, and for this one I've chosen Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. I actually haven't read a lot of zombie books, so I didn't have a ton to pick from, but I feel like even if I did, this probably would have come out on top still, because I just really loved this book. It's like a post-apocalyptic Romeo and Juliet with zombies. It's good, and the movie is good too, so yeah, if you haven't read this yet, I do recommend it. The next creature of the night on my list is Ghost, and for this one I've chosen Shade by Jerry Smith Reddy. This is the first book in a trilogy, and it's a book that I read a while back, and I haven't heard many people on BookTube talking about it, but I personally really enjoyed it. It takes place in this alternate present day where this event known as the Shift has happened. Everyone born after the Shift can see and talk to ghosts. So the main character, Aura, was born after the Shift, and she can see and talk to ghosts, and life is already kind of complicated because of that, but then it gets even more complicated when her boyfriend dies, and because she can still see and talk to his ghost, he's not like completely gone, but he's dead, so he's gone. But aside from the complicated romantic situation, there's also this whole storyline about figuring out what the shift is, and what does it mean, and is it reversible, and just what's going on with that. So yeah, if you like stories with ghosts or really interesting alternate worlds, then I definitely recommend giving this a go. Next up on my list is Witch or Warlock or some other kind of spellcaster. And for this one I've chosen not Harry Potter, because even though I love that series, I feel like it's kind of an obvious choice. So instead, I'm gonna go with Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. This book just has so many elements that I love in a book. It has all sorts of paranormal creatures and a magical boarding school, and it's super funny, and there's a good mystery. It's just, it's a good one. If you like books about witches or magical schools and you haven't picked this one up yet, do it! The next creature on my list here is Fairy or Fae, and for this one I'm going with Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. Now I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anyone, and in the first book there's just a couple of mentions of Fae, but you don't really know anything about them. In this book we get some good development on the Fae side of things, and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I'm not usually big on fairies or fae, like I haven't read a whole lot of fairy books, but the fae in this book, I like. The next creature on my list is Demon, and for this one I'm going with The Shadowhunter Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. This is just the Infernal Devices trilogy, but really all of her Shadowhunter books. Yes. I love this world, I love the demons, I love all the other paranormal creatures, like you got vampires and werewolves and fairies, you got them all in this series, all of the creatures of the night, but demons, I like the demons in these books, and also the shadow hunters. I enjoy them as well, especially my William Herondale. Next up on my list is Angel, which isn't so much a creature of the night as it is a creature of the light. Anyways, for this one I've chosen Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. No one is surprised that I found some way to squeeze this book into yet another video because I love this book and I will mention it forever until every person in the world has read it. Just read it and save me the hassle of having to recommend it to you over and over and over and over again. Just read it. Just read it. Seriously, it's just one of the best books I've ever read. I love it, I love it, I love it. And it has angels, and also kind of demons, but angels. Angels. The next creature on my list here is Alien, and while I could go for something modern like Obsidian or The Fifth Wave, I'm going to throw back to my middle school years and talk about Animorphs by K.A. Applegate. I love this series so much. It's what really made me get into reading for fun, and it's just such a cool sci-fi world. The aliens are awesome. I want to be an Animorph. I want to change into animals. It's just so cool. So yeah, as much as I do like some of the modern stories involving aliens, Animorphs is just always gonna have a place in my heart. And finally, number 10 on my list is Superpowered Human. And for this one, I've chosen Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Not only is this just a great story with awesome characters and fantastic writing, but the superpower system in this book is too cool. It's just such a fun, twisty, superhero, supervillain, who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, this is so cool kind of story. So yeah, if you like superheroes or supervillains, you need this book in your life. Alright, there you have it. That was the Creatures of the Night book tag. I'm gonna go ahead and tag some people. Jessie of Jessie the Reader, Christine of Poland Bananas Books, Maureen of Maureen Kiwi, Natasha of Tashopolis, and Katrina of Little Book Owl. I remembered all you guys. I'm so proud of myself. One take, I nailed it. Please do this tag if you would like to. Also, anyone else who wants to do this tag, you are free to do so. I tag you as well. I tag everyone. Everyone in the world is tagged. So do it if you want. But yeah, that is it for this video today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night. And I will have another vlog up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! Goodbye. Hello, my name is Kat, and today I am Hello, my name is Kat, and this is the intro. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, kind of Halloweeny. Halloweeny. Weenie. Stop. So the first creature of the night on my list here is Vampire, and for that I have chosen... I forgot the name of this, oh my god. And for this one, I'm going with Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. Drink every time Kat mentions this book or series. You are drunk now. But the superpower system in this book is too cool for school. Creature of the night. Creature of the night. Creature of the night. Creature of the night. But yeah, that is it for this video today. So thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night. I forgot my outro. Shit.